Good morning. On a Thursday, February the 4th, right? No, the 3rd, I'm sorry. February the 3rd, 2020. Uh, anyway, this is something that I think is very important, that I've been thinking a lot about. A situation that I have personally, and like I stated, and I'm going to state it again. I'm going to give a recap. What I think is important. Uh, I'm working with. Let me see if you can see this here. I'm working with Creative Imagination by Carl Gustav Jung, the great Swiss genius, scientist, psychiatrist, psychoanalyst, artist, mystic, Carl Gustav Jung. And very important book that came out in 2016, I believe, called The Red Book, and where he goes into the creative side of your analysis through what he's calling creative imagination. So we're using a practice, that a methodology that I've been doing now for a while, with drawing, and you concentrate, helps to grow the mind, focus on a dream, which I'm going to get into in this video. Excuse me. Let the unconscious speak. This is very important. And this is one area that through drawing, doodling, uh, having fun with a pencil and a piece of paper, you'll be able to create and generate an artifact. An artifact that will start giving you symbolism. And maybe in the symbolism, there's definitely something there that you're going through. And you can relate it to your behavior, your emotions. Uh, Analyze the message and then practice. So, very quickly, here's a drawing. Let me see right here. A doodle that I started back in January 17. It's actually, I've been working on it for about 16 days now. And it's based on a relationship that I've been with for many, many years. A person that I truly love unconditionally. Um, I feel there's a lot of love, vice versa. Um, this person is very stubborn. She's been very successful. I give her a lot of credit. Um, I've known her for a lot of years, and now we are in different different paths that are very painful. She's not speaking, and as you see here, I started back in January 17 with a very basic. And you see here, I left it undone here because it's actually unresolved. These energies here are unresolved. But I start with a very doodling, and areas that are I call them quantum. My channel's called Yellow Quantum. I go into areas that I just move around with the pencil like that, and I I try to be in the moment. I try not to bring any. I don't try to look at the paper, nor I just let my pen be like a magic wand or wishbone and go around a certain space, time. I'm very influenced by physics. I'm also very influenced by quantum mechanics. But most important, I'm very much influenced by energy, information, behavior, feelings, and I've been working on this for about 21 years. Right after 9/11, I started working on psychology because I saw the towers in New York City. I lived in the area, I saw them collapse. So I developed post traumatic syndrome, and then I had to go into therapy. I started with behavior therapy at NYU Medical Center with a great psychologist, my God. And then I went to Gestalt therapy. Then I did some work at Karen Horney Institute, which was phenomenal. She is amazing. Love Karen Horney, a genius. And then I got involved with you know, Gestalt, Freud. I already mentioned Gestalt. Anyway, Gestalt was pretty cool because I'm an artist. I'm a drummer. I'm very emotional. My culture is I'm a mixie, Spain, Spaniard, Italian, American. I parla italiano. I speak 3 languages. So I have to go back and forth with my culture, my stimuli, my syntax, my propositions of culture. You know, we all have cultures. The Bulgarians, for example, they have a way that they play music, and you see great musicians like, now I'm deviating, but this is fine. This is part of the process. You can deviate while you're drawing. You can think of all this stuff and, just go out here and go here and here. You can deviate. But, a guy just came up to my mind, Bartok, Bela Bartok, Hungarian guy. And you see how, their music is very much like this. It's interesting how, I channel these cosmology of spirits like Bela Bartok. His music is very dark, very painful energy, very female energies about pain and nurturing. And when you listen to his music, a lot of the stuff he got from women that there was lost. There was a lot of lost in death, in war, where they lost. I'm just moving my pencil around. Don't mind me. And I go everywhere. But then I come back to the center. I go, here's the center here, okay? I always navigate. When I get very anxious, da 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 da. One thing I do, I find my center. It's always there for me. I always find the center. So going back to Bela Bartok's music and the female energy, this guy went up to the mountains back in the day with a really, old school recorder. He recorded women crying after lost. Their husbands were killed in the war. Their children were killed in the war. And this is relating with how my partner is voiding. She's going inside. Her eyes are closed. She's shutting me down. She's voiding me out. And I'm protecting myself. I've already been through this. This passive aggressive energy, which is one of the highest tiers of psychological abuse, is passive aggressive. When somebody becomes silent, they void. They go in the opposite direction. They start moving out. Their sexual energies are no longer interconnected with your energies. Look what happened here. I couldn't even define, the bottom of my torso, or the bottom of my body. I closed it off here. Why? Because this is very important. I close up these energies here because she will not castrate, take away my energies. And I'm also protecting this area here. This time around, she will not take my heart. My heart has gone into this energy here. And remember, the universe, I don't know, the universe is made out of two formulations. The universe is based on information and on energy. This is why it's so important that we go back to the basic structuralism of how do we deal with our ego, our conscious mind. We're conscious of being in the real world, a path, a house, a table, a pencil, paper. We're conscious of that. I believe that we're having an interlaced relationship. It's bounded through paper and a pencil. We agree this is a pencil. It's not an elephant. We agreed this is a drawing pad. It's not a car. So it's very important that we're in the same page. Because these drawings, if you're in your page, this is my page. This was my date. And it's very important to keep a chronological I'm watching the time. I don't want to stretch this out. A chronology on. I don't want to make it really boring. Uh, um, so anyway, a chronology by dating stuff. Mind mapping, which was discovered by Leonardo da Vinci. We're going to go back to this. This is very important. This is going to be our structuralism on a daily basis. Um, and this is why this is close up. But Leonardo da Vinci came up with a system called mind mapping, where he doodled, and then out of those doodles, something would define an idea. I think a lot of his genius comes from doing this mind mapping, where he would start doodling and an idea would come out. He would interconnect through the doodle. You see, if you look here, I don't know if you can see it, but there is all these what I call quantum lines just floating around, and every line, every stroke has information and energy. It's been now a month since I haven't seen my soulmate, my partner. Let's call her my soulmate. Uh, she left with this energy here, completely voiding me out, completely disconnected, always on her phone. Her body language was all this. Body language was very disconnected. Secrets. Something must have been going on here with her. Some sexual stuff. And yeah, I do believe that there's third-party energies here. Absolutely. Maybe more than one person. But that's not important. It is very important, but it's not important for this, because all we can do is through the symbolism of the displacement of, this is her path and this is my path. Obviously we're in different paths, even though we're on the same page. This is my center, not her center. Before we were calibrated geometrically, consciously, in an area that we were in the same path. Now we're in different paths. Is that good or bad? It is what it is. It's an existential reality. Okay? Now, ego. Once somebody closes off, becomes stubborn, becomes passive aggressive, ego. This is where the person voids out all connections, goes into her path, goes into her space, goes into her room, and shuts the door down. At this point, the best solution to this is me going back to this area here, saying, this is what it is. I know that if I am in my consciousness, but I have the best relationship I can have now, I mean, ever, is with my lover, which is my subconscious mind. So the conscious mind and the subconscious mind becomes the collective, meaning my emotions, my dreams, my feelings, my passions are all interconnected with my subconscious mind, interconnected with my conscious mind. So here the ego, correct, starts navigating into an area, hopefully, that we can get into this area here, this area that we started, this area here that we call the collective unconscious. This is the area where I'm fascinated with physics, because quantum mechanics, which is an absolute, it's all based on the collective unconscious of the universe. We are that. Here's some electrons. I mean, here's some quantum subatomic particle energies here that are symbolic, interconnected with me wanting to go higher. And I'm opening up I'm expressing my feelings to her. I'm opening up. I cry. I come to my senses with my mistakes. I have a hell of a failure rate. I don't I don't care because I know that if I fail and I continue to work at it, there will be a victory. There will be victory. There will be abundance, abundance of energy, abundance of knowledge, abundance of growth. That's the real victory. The more you shut down, the more you go into ego. And yeah, you're going to cancel out going into your into your enemas. But most important, you're going to cancel out yourself because you're not working with your shadow. But here's where the archetypes are. The archetypes are in the anima and the animas. So yeah, she can void me out. Her sexual energies could be submitted to third-party energies. May it be masculine, feminine. She started wearing an earring about 2 months ago on her left earring. What does that symbolize? I don't really care. Back in the 80s when I was a drummer in South Florida, in the Miami area, and Fort Lauderdale. A lot of people started, it wasn't, back then it wasn't, tattoos were not in. It was basically, earrings which stayed where you were with your sexuality. And I thought it was cool. People would define, some people had a lot of mysticism where you would wear an earring on your left side. You were heartbroken, or you were going through a lot of pain, and you were hoping luck would be on your side. It's kind of like a Chinese, old Chinese myth of putting an earring on. I think something I read about, on your left ear. So she started wearing an ear. Something must have happened to her. I think it's money related. I think it's third party related. Absolutely, because she voided me out. Last time I saw her, the holidays, she was just on her phone. She was going to sleep early. I would walk in, she would get up and leave. We went to an event on Christmas Day. She got off the car. She just went in. She didn't wait for me. Then, it was weird. The way we sat, she sat somewhere else. It doesn't matter. We're all free to do whatever the hell we want. I was going to say whatever the fuck we want. But anyway, whatever the hell we want. Who gives a shit? People can wear. People can dress. It doesn't matter. People can gain weight. People can take care of their bodies. But interesting enough, when you know somebody for a long, long time and you start seeing behavior shifting, you start wondering here, what is this energy that's being projected? Correct? Through syntax and propositions that are either verbal, or in this case, I would say 93% was body language, not talking, complete silent. So what does this mean? Very important. What does this mean? Do I confront her? Do I argue with her? Do I, send her text, ghost her, gaslight her? All the stuff that happens today. No. You use the power of closing off your sexuality, blocking her off, giving her her space, giving her her time, giving her what she requires. Obviously, I feel that she took a lot of risk financially with third parties. She lost tons of money. Ever since the relationship started, she projected she was very wealthy. I think she got screwed by these third parties. I don't know. 3 people, a family, lovers, sexuality. She was weak. She caved in to these energies here. Look at her here. Complete pain. At a complete implosion within. I'm not saying that I'm better, I'm worse, but I've been working on my emotions. I've been processing. I've been drawing every day. I've been doing research. And what's happened? Look at my hand. Went up. Okay? Went up. Symbolically. I'm elevating myself. I'm elevating my consciousness. Not through ego, but through my lover, my subconscious mind, my collective. Okay? My collective. But getting into an area, that's where my archetypes are. That's where my self is. The collective unconscious. Okay? There's going to be another part for this. There's another drawing that came with this. I want to stop it here. We'll get into it. This has to do with a dream. I'll continue this. Thank you very much. Draw. I'm sorry, draw. I hit the tripod here. Draw. Activate your creative imagination. Generate a drawing a day. Will keep the doctor away. Draw it, study it, put a date on it, come back to the drawing, develop it more. Do not give in. Do not argue. Do not ask questions. At this level, she's not going to answer anything. She's not going to reveal her secrets. She's not going to reveal her third party, which there is a lot, because she belongs to a complete collectiveness here. She's very social. She works in the entertainment business. She's very, very interconnected with tons of people. She's not gonna answer questions. The best thing is for me to create energy that has information that I am with my best partner, which is the universe, creating these quantum realities. And remember, quantum is probability factor. These third party might be there, they might not be there, but they're there in symbolism. They're there in behavior. They're there in my sleep patterns. And I have to pay attention to that. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.